Writing blogs, Juullly Camp Nanowrimo, 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 Juullly Camp Nanowrimo.
Hey, what up writers? I'm Violet, welcome back to my channel, and this is the last of my 2021 Juullly Camp Nanowrimo weekly vlogs. Whew, and it has been a month so far, so I've pretty much kind of given up on my original goal of revising my rom-com retelling, just because I've realized doing revisions on camera doesn't really work for me because I'm just making such slow progress. I can't be like every day checking in like, hey, I'm still working on the same chapter. I'm still like, it just wasn't good for my mental space, like giving those check-ins. But I have been working on some other projects and some side projects. And I mentioned in my last vlog that I wanted to switch my focus to my story for this month. So I have been doing the Susan Dennard Story a Month Challenge, which is exactly what it sounds like, to write one story a month, be it a novel, a novella, a children's story, a flash fiction, a short story. And I have done already flash fictions and short stories and a children's book. So I was like, hey, let's go for a novella. So I actually was secretly filming this whole time a month-long story a month series alongside my weekly vlogs, which I kind of abandoned because I wanted to do this novella and it just wasn't working. I haven't made a lot of progress. My goal was 20,000 words alongside doing my Camp Nano goals. Yeah, so that obviously didn't work. I don't have the diligence to do that. And I didn't prep enough for the project that I was writing. But I have put a lot of work towards it now during the month. I really should have used June to prep more for this, but I didn't. So I'm gonna let you in on what I've been working on. So my idea was to do a novella of the spin-off of my rom-com retelling. So I always planned that I would do a spin-off companion novel. So if I were to ever traditionally publish this, I would need another rom-com as sort of the option, the second book. Something in the same vein. It is a spin-off. I've talked about it in a few other of my vlogs from the 12 Days of Writing and whatnot about sort of the basic premise. It would take place before the events of my rom-com, and it would have my character's sister as the protagonist this time around. And my original plan was to have it take place in New York City, but if you watched my one vlog featuring this, I will put it there if you want to check it out. I was having some issues with New York being the setting and having time sitting back and thinking about it. It was because there's almost like endless possibilities in New York, and I needed her to be a little bit more confined. Yeah, I needed her a little bit more of a microcosm. I love a good microcosm. So I found the perfect alternative setting, which still sort of worked with a lot of the groundwork and premise and things I had set. So now the spinoff is set in the Hamptons. So that still makes sense for it to be in the Hamptons, and that could still have maybe a day here or there in New York, but most of the story would take place in the Hamptons, and it's just a little bit more a smaller niche community. And I have traveled to the Hamptons a few years back, I think in 2016 or so, maybe 2015. Anyway, so I have been to the Hamptons before, and I just thought, oh, this is a great setting for the book. So actually the nickname for the spinoff is Takes the Hamptons, sort of a riff on the Kardashians doing all the spinoffs like Takes Miami, Take New York, Takes the Hamptons. I think Takes the Hamptons was one of their spinoffs. So that's the nickname of my project, Takes the Hamptons. I wish I would have had a better nickname for the rom-com retelling, because just calling it the rom-com retelling, because the spinoff is also a retelling, so it's also a rom-com retelling. So that's kind of confusing. But yeah, so my goal was to do this novella. I've not gotten a lot done. Since I haven't really been tracking words, I've still been trying to do like the chapters and the time goals, even with this side project. Yeah, but I have nowhere near a novella length story right now. So I need to switch gears and figure out what I'm gonna do. I have a few different options. Number one, I could sort of zero in on one specific sort of scene and write it as like a small short story. I'm thinking that Takes the Hamptons will be my NaNoWrimo novel for this year, that I will go into full drafting in November, because that was my plan. Oh, I'll write it as a novella, the zero draft, and then I'll expand it into a novel. That was my thinking. But obviously that didn't work. I would like to do a novella sometime, but that just, it wasn't working doing it now during camp and still trying to do my other writing goals on the side. I could do one focusing on one scene and have it be like its own short story. Or I could do like a backstory thing about some of the family origins and character dynamics that would be sort of relevant for both of my rom-coms. Just because, yeah, they take place in the same universe, the sisters, the same family, so I could kind of go back and do a little bit of an origin story there. So those are kind of now my two options to sort of salvage my story a month. So that's all I'm gonna be working on this week. And yeah, I can't believe I have to scrap my vlog of doing my secret story a month, writing a novella in a month. I thought, oh, this is gonna be so cool. But yeah, that didn't work out because, yeah. And I didn't want my whole concept and everything to go into the video graveyard. But my thing was that every time in my main vlogs that I say I'm working on other projects, I was really working on the novella. So this is only my second clip of the vlog and it's Thursday already. I have been getting no writing done this week and no filming. I was out with a migraine all day yesterday and I just haven't been motivated to write. But this morning I've been taking some time to sort of think about what I want to do for the story month, and I have decided I'm going to take this one singular scene and sort of condense it down into a short story. And when I did my read through for my rom-com retelling, there were like a couple scenes that really stood out to me, like as encapsulating like the tone and the vibe that I wanted. And that's what I would like to do with this short story, because I still want it to be like an encompassed, complete story the way the story month is supposed to be. Yeah, and we will be streaming later tonight for our last camp stream, and hopefully I can get something done there as well. Katie actually showed up on time this week for her last camp stream, so I opened up the Alpha Smart and have got to typing. Streaming. It's Friday, the Troublemaker stream is going. I am making very slow progress, but you know, I'm just giving myself a participation trophy for showing up at this point. So I think I'm just going to rush through this first draft. I've run into a few problems where I need to add in some exposition to make it feel like a more, you know, complete short story versus just a chapter, because obviously in the book that exposition is already going to be given in all the backstory, so I need to add in a few lines here or there to set things up that yeah, that we would know what was going on and to make it a complete story. I would definitely say that this round of Camp Nano was again kind of more of a fail for me, but the fact that I could sort of stay mentally in a good place makes it, I guess, a little bit of a win. I did end up getting something done as a story a month this month. As far as the short story goes, is it my best work? No, definitely not, but it is what it is at this point. So I do think as of right now that is what I'm planning to do for Nanowrimo, is expand this short story, expand this couple chapters that I have of Takes the Hamptons, and do this rom-com spin-off as my Nano novel come November. That's my tentative plan. We'll see where I'm at in November. I've had a lot of fun doing the streams with Crystal, Danny, and Marta. So, and we're gonna continue doing that hopefully every month, twice a month, or once a month. We're gonna see. Stay tuned for that. But we're still hanging in there, we're still doing it. I hope everybody had a great camp. I did consider scrapping this vlog, so it may be a little bit shorter or a little bit less elegant than some of my other camp vlogs. But yeah, no more graveyard videos. We're gonna keep pushing through and keeping on. And don't forget, we will be reading The Hunger Games in August. The live show will probably be at the end of the month sometime. So if you want to read The Hunger Games with us, or if you have read it and don't want to reread it but would like to discuss it, we will be having a live show. So keep your eyes peeled for information on that, or join the Discord server for the Nostalgia Train Book Club. I will have all the information, as always, in my description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!